Thank you. I think it's real important that we bring back the degree of citizen participation that we've had in the past. I don't think that a mayor can do it alone or should do it alone. I think it's a mayor, a fairly new city council, 5 or 6 council members, and a lot of the citizenry that has to say, we want to be involved, we want to implement those plans. Some of the people were involved in developing those plans, and to put them on a shelf and not move forward is really, really tragic. Currently, we have commissions that are practically empty. People have not been appointed, and unless we take a good look at our participation level, we're not going to be able to move any plans. So the first thing I would do is put together a citizen task force, and certainly on that task force, one of the areas would be mobility, would be housing, and the citizens will have a say, and once that's done, we're going to start moving the plans forward.
Councilwoman Shipsky.
Well, part of the 3-point plan that I'm offering for Long Beach's roadmap for our future is to hold the city accountable. And that comes by, first of all, being open and transparent. We need to put these documents online. We need to set up performance measures so that, as they do in New York, twice yearly, you get a report card on how well the city is doing what it promised to do. And without that accountability, exactly what you're saying, we get reports, we hired consultants. This happened the other night. This came up about the beach path and the fact that the city had paid $200,000 for an art concept with that beach path, and it is now on the shelf and it's being discarded without it even being given a second look. So we've got to stop doing that. It's a horrible waste of money. But both of these plans, the mobility element and the housing element, are part of our master general plan, which the city needs to utilize to go forth and do planning. It also sends, I think, a strong signal to developers and to businesses. This is the direction the city is moving in. And we've got to make certain, again, with the accountability, that we tell the public, are we doing it? Are we doing exactly what's in this plan that we've approved? And without that accountability, 10 years from now, you're going to hear another go around about how we need to do another strategic plan, another this or that, because we're not holding the city accountable. So I think that's very important.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Thank you. I think you had asked about 2 areas that would be on top of our priority in one of the plans. And so for me, they're both interconnected. I think if you look at the mobility plan, the idea of ensuring that we do create complete streets everywhere and anywhere that's possible, as well as finishing our bicycle network, would certainly be at the top of my priority. I think we have to come to grips with the fact that as a community, and for the most part as a country, we have given most of our public space to the automobile. And so a lot of our public space, if you think about the amount of space that we actually own as citizens, most of that goes to the car. And so how do we reclaim our streets back for people? And I think that's a key question for cities as they grow into the future. We've got to ensure that cities are walkable, that sidewalks are wide, that the focus doesn't go into the car but onto the person, that there's dedicated bike lanes, that they're pedestrian friendly, that crosswalks are safe, that they're handicapped accessible. These issues, and we're starting to go in this direction, are going to be critical really to build the new Long Beach. And so for me, the mobility plan is a great document. A lot of people in this room were involved in that document. We all worked hard on it, and the fact that we have now something to guide us as we build these streets of the future.
Mr. Camp.
I think an important first step with affordable housing is to identify, basically we have what are retirees, folks that are disabled, folks that are really unable to get back out there in the workforce and improve their ability to earn more money to pay more rent. We need to make a distinction between folks that live with those challenges and folks, I think, that should be properly considered transitional affordable housing. No one wants to live in a shoebox all their life. A lot of people that need affordable housing are aspiring for a better life. If we kind of recognize that that was part of people's path, we could perhaps find better ways to use the facilities that we have. Some of the more austere facilities, younger folks might be a little more agreeable to staying there with the idea of planting roots and moving forward, while some of the more historical buildings that are traditionally housing people that are on fixed incomes with pension benefits and things like that, we sort of reserve those for our seasoned citizens and let them enjoy some of those benefits and the stability and the security that those places provide. I think we ought to try to find more inventive ways to create affordable housing. There are a number of ways that they've sponsored contests.
The question, as I understand